Will snow days disappear in the era of Zoom school brought by COVID? Discerning children everywhere must be worried about this frightening prospect. Today, for example, we woke up to an ice storm. One of my children was off completely, another partially, and a third had a full regular school day. Strange times. The truth is that adults generally resent the snow. It presents an imposition to smooth walking, requires us to spend time cleaning our cars, sidewalk, and driveway, and, during normal times, cancels various life events. Children, on the other hand, explode out of bed on a snow day with an uncanny exuberance. Many adults would love to reclaim the enthusiasm of their youth. I'll never forget a Shabbat I spent a few years ago in Charleston, South Carolina, as a scholar in residence. Founded in 1854, the synagogue hosting us was the oldest continuous-use Ashkenazi location in the country. On Shabbat afternoon, we were walking the streets of downtown Charleston. The shul is located in the heart of the historic district, when we encountered a most bizarre scene. Hundreds of students, presumably from the nearby College of Charleston, walking around in broad daylight, fully clad in onesies. Yes, everything from Superman to Ninja Turtles to bunny rabbits was on display. According to a flyer I noticed, all this apparently was part of a onesies bar crawl event, if you can imagine back to such raucous occasions in the epoch known as before Corona. We read this week about the Keruvim, the two angelic, childlike statuettes posted above the Holy Ark. The English word cherubic, meaning innocent and angelic, is based on their presence. Tradition tells us that the voice of God to Moses emanated from above the Ark and through these figurines as they faced each other in an embracing pose. Rabbi Shmuel Rozovsky, a 20th century rabbi in the great Israeli Panovich Yeshiva, explains that in receiving Torah, we would benefit from emulating the youthfulness of the Keruvim. We can only learn when we are filled with wonder and devoid of cynicism, like children. Later in the Torah, while describing the daily commandment to light the menorah, candelabra, in the tabernacle, we are told, Aaron did as he was commanded. But why would we assume that Aaron would not have done what he was told by God? The Hasidic thinker Sfas Emes explains that the praise was justified because Aaron performed this very mundane task every single day with equal enthusiasm. The Talmud tells us that the world is sustained by the breath of the mouths of children who study Torah. The purity and zeal of these young charges infuses the world with a special energy, which we would be wise to emulate. Great performers and masters of their craft have always grasped this value intuitively. Legendary French painter Henri Matisse wrote that, I would like to recapture that freshness of vision which is characteristic of extreme youth when the world is new to it. And Sir Edmund Hillary, the first non-native man to scale Everest, once said, the really good mountaineer has the technical ability of the professional and the enthusiasm and freshness of the amateur. Life is challenging and complicated, and as we grow, we tend to become more calloused, more wary, and less idealistic. But we are the artists and explorers of our own lives, and the Torah asks us to remain fresh, to believe in its power to uplift. We are not naively denying the world's problems, but confidently confronting and resolving them from a position of verve and vigor. I cannot say that I endorse traipsing the city streets in pajamas, much as it might help us recapture that youthful excitement. But certainly we can examine our Torah and, through it, embrace the fervor and yearning that children so beautifully express. Shabbat Shalom.